This TechGeek video is only possible thanks to the support of Logitech. Hey, it's Chris Southcott from techgeek.com.au, and today I'm going to be sharing my impressions of the Contour+2, a new attempt from Contour to dethrone GoPro's outdoorsy camera lineup. The Contour+2 measures in at 96mm long, with the front measuring in at 60mm high and 34mm wide. It weighs around 150 grams give or take and feels solid in the hand, with a brushed metal finish adding to the overall feel of the camera. But the most important part is the camera itself. Capturing in up to 1080p, the wide-angle lens of the Contour+2 can rotate 270 degrees and can capture 170 degrees of action in 720p, or just 120 degrees in 1080p. The rotation is really a lifesaver when using it, and it allows precise, even capture. When unable to know for sure whether it is lined up, a laser beam can help you align it properly. Freaky but really useful. To control the device, the slider on top acts as the record switch, as well as the power button, with forward starting the recording while sliding backwards stopping it. There's also a handy lock switch to make it harder to accidentally stop recording. There's a Bluetooth button which allows it to connect to the included iOS and Android apps, but a bit more on that later. When recording, a bright, somewhat distracting red light pops up on top, which I found annoying covering it in electric tape. Although that was simply an annoyance on a public bike track where a big red light could bring unwanted attention. On the back of the device is where the behind the scenes work happens, with a battery slot, microSD slot, and a status button, which makes a lot of loud, unstoppable beeps when pressed to let you know how much memory, battery, and GPS reception is available. Included with the camera is an inadequate 4GB microSD card, but you really shouldn't use it for more than around 30 minutes of capture in 1080p, because you won't be able to. There are two modes which you can program, but obviously there is no way to customize on the go without the mobile apps, which I found were flaky on Android and alright on iOS. There's a USB port and a micro HDMI port, which means you can technically live stream from the camera itself with other equipment, although the function isn't available natively out of the box. On the bottom of the Contour+2 is a threaded tripod mount and microphone input port, which can be useful when the internal microphone isn't appropriate. Rails on the side allow you to slide it into the adhesive mounts, and in my testing that was a very easy yet secure way to test the camera. The whole way the device works, the moving parts and the feel of the device itself is impressive and really does bring confidence that it's not going to break easily. For the price, the build quality is phenomenal, with a few minor annoyances only coming from the beeping sounds with almost any interaction with the camera, such as plugging it into a USB port or starting the recording. It's weather resistant, meaning snow and rain isn't a problem, and included is also a waterproof shell, allowing 60 meters of worry-free capture that really does make this a well-priced camera. The problem with the camera isn't the initial judgment of the build, but the captures themselves. But the video capture itself felt a bit washed out, and compression was very disappointing, but I don't really have a big idea of how the other cameras at this price capture. But based on YouTube tests, it looks like they're a bit better. There are options for contrast and a number of other settings like exposure, but out of the box it wasn't great, but still rather good. Audio is the same, quiet, which was good as it cut out my loud breathing, but a little choppy, which is why the audio input could be useful. So overall, it's a good camera, but really, in the price range you could get something like a GoPro that looks a bit better, even though the actual build itself isn't better. And in the end, it's really a question of better captures or better build quality, and in my experience, I'd rather have a better capture than this.